welcome to our Senate Intelligence Panel. It was a time back in Sam Warner's days, maybe, or John Warner's days, I mean, when individuals had to sit through 6 hours and 5-hour inquiries without getting antsy bullet needs to play with their guns, and reason being, the type of personnel that are supposed to address, advise this situation are not supposed to really be gun handlers. Got that, FBI director? So if you want to know me, don't spend your time at pop bottle soda stops doing all kinds of whoever you can lie about to be perpendicular and counterpoint to the uphold life area of things that have left us separated and parted. A lot more than that, but anyway, be right back. Thank you, sir. This is nice people around here, not you or them. Of course, they're nice. In a moment. Yeah, I don't like the FBI directors. It ain't their business. Security clearance is above the P, you said? That's what he said. Come on down, I'm home. Don't call me on the telephone. Monday was different. Had so many thoughts in my head. Brainwashed by society. I had to wash my car, wash my hands, and then I said, Tuesday is out of laughter. Tuesday's coming to me soon to me. I've gotta pay my taxes and my rent, you see. Can you hear the song speaking in many tongues? I've gotta pay my taxes and my rent, you see. Every day brings on another voice, so it won't be boring. Hear the people snoring, ups and cuts and uppercuts and homicide. Teachers in the high school, never mind about that. They taught us in school about the Big Bang. Now it's tomorrow. I want to have a little music in there because I set a different kind of ambience. Yeah, the ambience hasn't been working as good. The bailiff's laughing at the verdict. Field day. The court of lies. Don't be us for me. I let the jury rest. Might just be glad to see when the truth comes out. I got to pull out the gavel. When they lay the cards, don't talk about cards. Cards on the table. All right. Don't really ask for me. Now we're at Wednesday, you see. You know that heroes looking for a hero, but heroes don't know any more than you. They say it ain't fair. Life ain't fair for me. When you claim a heart surrenders in your hand. When you claim a heart surrenders in your hand. Offer no resistance, hold it tenderly. You know it's only human, it bleeds before it dies. Give a blessing to only you. But everybody's looking for that moment, looking for a hero, but heroes anymore than when you claim a heart surrenders in your hand. Do you know the consequences? Do you know you better stop playing. You better stop playing with my country, with my heart, with my Cadillac limousine. Coupe de Ville going up the hill. Coupe de Ville going up the hill. Bet you can't make it. Gonna turn it back. You're the youngest Cadillac I've ever met. Right off the showroom floor. You're coming of age with me. You're coming coming of age with me. My doorbell rings. This is not what I planned. This is good. No, it's not good. It's 427 time. 427 time with an attitude. Gonna something about the tires. You better be. Man, stop messing with my country. You better stop. Surrenders in your hand. You better stop when you tease with bad intentions. Don't tease with bad intentions, cross the lines. Moral of the story, sometimes. Before Steve starts, and we start cross-examining and complaining and cluing in. Thinking about a time we used to have. It was only yesterday. I was cheerful, bright, I'd say, and I'd never worry about my wedding. Little children, when you counted 23. I remember not November winds, when my sister used to pull me in a sled. And I wish that she will again. Not November winds, when my sister used to pull me. My sister used to pull me in a sled. And I'm hoping and praying I'll see those days again. Sitting all alone, wondering all alone if I feel misguided. Won't you help me? Sometimes my wings can't fly so good. I'm falling. Monday was different. I had so many thoughts in my head. With my day, I washed my car and washed my hands, and then I said, hey, Tuesday's coming soon to me. I've gotta pay my taxes and my rent, you see. Wednesday, do you wanna meet me on the beach? Do you wanna meet me on the road? Do you wanna meet me in a... I'll be there if you call. Got a conscience, it's driving me mad. On the beach, on the sand, try to tell a story. Maybe I've been a new age man. Maybe you've been in your glory. Ooh. See it rain, see it snow, see it sprinkling on the ground. I'll be there if you call. Call me Monday with my day. My telephone rings to answer. Nobody home. Thursday I've got to pay my rent. I don't care, it's just money spent. It just seems so amusing to me. I like to do. There's a lot to like to do. See it rain, see it snow, see it sprinkling on the ground. There's a lot to like to do, whether it be you coming, going around and round and round. Summer comes. I remember not November winds. September will come soon enough. promise I'll chew it. I'll chew up. Only if you promise. All right, only if I promise you.
We saw the ships. You ran, but you know that I did. I really did. You know the idea. I really did. I really did. We heard those voices. We saw the ships. You ran and ran, but you know that I did. I really did. I really did. You know the idea. Know the idea. I really did. I really did. We heard those voices. We saw the ships submerged in void land, unglued from luck. He pulled another one. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. But I did. I really did. You know the idea. I really did. I really did. You know the idea. She pulled another one. Submerged in void land, unglued from luck. She pulled another one like I told her 1,000 different times. Now I am. It wasn't enough. Crashing and smashing those walls of doubt, crying out to the books they wrote, lifting those golden cows. How now? How now? Don't rehearse for me. Just be glad to see we can talk about it. And you tittle tattle. You're gonna dish the dirt. You're gonna whisper. You're gonna whisper out loud. You're gonna grab your rifles. Shoot up your tongue. If you do that, you're gonna run, run, run. Acquaint yourself with me. Have some ESP, store that data in your brain. Acquaint yourself with me. Lighten my intelligence, my family and my friends. We wrote it on paper, read it in the sky. Talked about it for hours till we died. And I'm gonna run, run, run till I get to the open field. Run, 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 where I have transmission.
I wouldn't do that anymore.
Objective. Gonna run, run, run with telepathy. I am cryptic and receptive, but I don't know why. Don't apologize.
Accreditation to curb freedoms.
You advise me to
get them back in the.
Give a reason to prove.
Somebody forgot to supervise.
With the special light, word for
Didn't
word.
take my advice.
I'm not an illustrated man. Rehearse for me, just be glad. Just be glad to see we can talk about
Don't do that.
it. We can talk
Don't do that anymore.
and you tittle tattle. You're gonna dish the dirt, gonna dish the dirt.
Don't put fumes in
Gonna
my face.
whisper. You're gonna whisper out loud, you're gonna grab your rifle, shoot up your tongue, you're gonna run, run, run. If you do that, you're gonna run, run, run. We wrote it on paper, tables turning down, read it in the sky. You're cryptic and receptive, word for word, with the special light. I'm not a
And anyway, let's move along. There's plenty to do and plenty to work about as far as the security needs and mentions of security clearances. That if I told you you each player pays you $50 at some monopoly area, many different ways, surprisingly. No. You have been elected. Each pay $50. You, chairman, would have us do not pass or pass it. How would the community just pass or not go? Well, let's go over here. Let's go get our Senate Intelligence Panel of today. Before we go pulverizing and so compelling. You're not trying to. I give you $1,000, Steve. No, I don't. No. 1,500. No. Come on, take a swing at me. No. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm positive. See if we got anything for 2018 up here. Amid the reports reported, if I ever found out. Yeah, I like that. I can't. Kurt and Steve and Kurt, but Steve kept his name. We try to work things out, but that's what happened. So let's see. I want to make sure we have a full boat here, and then let's make sure to check the dates here. Make sure you got a date on that, please. That doesn't look like this month. So, is there something wrong with this picture there? There's Senator Warner back in is this old news right here? It says to be this month. It's 2 weeks ago. ERG. Let's see if we got a good long one here. Not a 2-minute one. Like here, no. And that is the very, very, very public enemy number one. If you didn't read the report right, if you're confused, you are that. Not the other way around. Revenue meeting, tax cuts. Let's go right for there. Let's make sure we make no mistake. Whatever is going on, if it's going to make Mrs. Mikulski, or it's going to make, what's her name? What is the Senate, let's go over here a minute. You are out of line, always have been, and do not know how to negotiate, talk things over at any shape, way, or form, and use him together with an act of GODs. When an act of GODs came, and you lie right there, you lie everything chance you can, nuke your way, kill everybody first, then work out a situation that we've got a complaint about people like you doing every living thing off in creation, double-sided magic to live your lives out of control. And your Secret Service detachment been missing, and a few pieces picked off here and there by this guy and these people over here. Oh yeah? Only to see when we bring them back to life, like David O. Carter, Judge. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, that one. Yeah, I saw him, they didn't look good as ever back to me. What are you talking about, Steve? So not happy that we brought you back to life too many times is my problem. You're not going to talk to that and expect to have... That's my problem, pal. My problem is not to bring you back to life. So make sure you get eye for an eye excruciating with this man that you lie you don't know anything about. Why do you do that? Want to take my microphone? So when I identify, like I'm doing, a security clearance above the P, Mr. Clancy, come out wherever, and you over there, above the P, above the P's, and try to ask you nicely, and I'm speaking, and I'm stating and sharing and stipulating, opening arguments, and contesting to the contrary, not when you have no say in the matter in a way, because you murder too much, and the only thing you seem to want to say and talk about is, let's figure out a way to get him. Get Steve? Yeah. Instead of advise something wrong with that picture or analogy. Yes, I object. I shouldn't have to. I've been doing it way too long. Each and every one of you or a witness is pretty much a little bit kind of. Don't all answer too quick. Well, what was her name again? I'll tell you. That guy is the blow at scene of blow at scenes, and we'll get back to you. But I'll show you whose attention we're getting this to. Trump advisor, duped by Russian spies. No such thing as real. No such thing as real enemies at war. You're all were and are and were a scam to go do everyone up and everything up in space. That double side to live your lives. Little did I know. So pretending to be a civil society, and I am done speaking either, you learn to smoke bud instead of drink beer and go fast and pretend to be a fuckhead to my face making a devil trouble stance. I told you to take something for it. You want to murder like a motherfucker. So he's trying to sell you smoke bud, fuck you. Is worse than being a butt-fucking murdering fucko from hell, everyone you could do. Fuckwad enemy. And I ain't done either, and I'll tell you whose attention I'm talking to about this, that this asswipe and these asswipes need to be taken out, think it's funny. And a party to that sidesmanship. I said to kill your ass and say goodbye to your mom or whoever you ate and slurped up anyway to fuck. Oh, and this ass wipe, you better get John Warner. You saw, and that's like crying to mom and dad. You want a tit or something, Steve? You're supposed to deliver for them, not yeah, you're right. Another point in case you would never want to know anything to fuck about is you murder too much and you nuke us too much with this man, BETO, and you just try to slither like a snake and lie about it, and you're contacting SEAL to nuke us again right here, and this guy is a walking, flying saucer nuke fucking problem. Not any old nuke problem. Give a fuck, I'm the bad guy? Not any old arsenals, as you may not give a fuck to know or give a shit to know, or subversive language, motherfucker, die. front lines warfare is all the fuck it is, and so much more. Ain't your business, your business, your business, ain't your business either. If I want to say classified to the max, and you want to say fuck your asshole to the max, like the fuck you did, and I hate your ass so bad, and their ass, oh, really bad, a clear shot, you too. You're going to know fucking trouble, badass, or bad guy, and I'm going to make trouble for you, because I don't like your ass. Hey, was that you? Yes. You don't like it? No, I don't. They're not funny, they're not amusing, they're not honest, and they take advantage of polite, well-meaning intentions, soft-spokenness. Never can you be that way. Once upon a time, this was understand word love. Once upon a time. Has all to do with forgot all the heck what you're talking about. Girl meets guy. Sort of assimilate as much as possible. But that's not where the roads left us. Separate, and not inseparable. Sir, Your Honor, let's get back to you. All right, when I get done to talk to you. One person doing this work is not how it's supposed to have been. A one-man deal. You know how much trouble I would have gotten into, still do. Think that one person's supposed to do all this work. And so there are just so many areas and infractional areas, so terrible a capital crime as they come, like right there, fuck you, all that. Nuked us up every day affair, fuck you, all that. I'm not a nuclear sponge, and neither is ANTZEE. What kind of statement is that to make? Hey, buddy, pal, I'm going to circle this too. I'm going to show you a clinic. I'm going to teach you a lesson too, pal. Steve, are you going off? I don't want to Steve. You don't be mean to your friends. So by assuming you're not a dual diagnosis personality character disorder, for one, this I shoot the fucker dead on sight, motherfucker. For two, a clear shot. This asswipe right there. Got any qualms about it, police chief? Why'd you release him and let him go, and release him and Ricky the same and let him go, only to see they come out murdering like a motherfucker so they would murder me, personally? Why'd you do that? And then why'd you hire Rick and others and Bomba to come over here and murder me every day affair, now trying to live in my building and not pay rent with others, and say, fuck you, asshole, that way to me? If a devil told you to do it, and he did this to you and them and them and them when he was a smaller Leviathan fuck around parasite. So you think that's funny, huh? Turn them into parasite Leviathans like Kathy doesn't talk about. Oh, so this is trouble. No. Oh, yes, it is. You want to put that in my fucking mouth, asshole? Dick me around and rape my ass. These fuckers right here and this fuckwad right here. Because I carry my own badge in my own way. And I use reflector field technology platforms of omnipotent size. I forgot to fuck the murder. For one. Word for word, pound for pound, cross for cross, dotted, not as impregnable as maybe Mr. Boxer over there, and not as impregnable defense as Mike Tyson. I'm not going to take a swing, and I don't feel like taking a swing. My defenses, your defenses. So by attacking it, I feel the fumes, the presence of fumes are in my room right now. Mr. Trump, you know anything about that? Or is that around my aura? I pray thee that it's just around my aura. I am no such thing as an image that came from thence that can communicate, that can intercept tries, that we got a big cockroach problem now, out of control, a parasite cockroach trying to put dick up my ass, and the world's that way, the way you would know, by the way, and so would they, and they, and they, and they, and they, how worlds get emulsified. So whose business do you think this might be? Do this to people when it was young, too. That was just the last 2 years, 2 year even. So trouble has arisen, and that is not what I want to see. Dave, I'm stipulate that, please. You're not want to see capital criminal hiatus is so terrible that if I tell you a little more out of line, out of text, you're laughing all the way. The funniest fuck thing to ever be an occupation at is do every living thing off in creation at your service. And that is what you are. And that is what you laugh. I see you laughing. And I know I exact contentions. I know that's Wendy Bra. I know we had a discussion last night. I know I made an early departure from here. I know we lost 8 years with Wendy Lindley lying about this. I know you did too. Every one of you in on it at the WIT program. And in those 7 and 8 years, as many as perished and got emulsified is all that, though. Not to those that victimized them like she did. Wendy Bra again. You know, excuse me. Cara mia. No, don't do that, please. You sure? Yes. I'm really sorry for her. That to be BETO's prize captured trophy. That you're not to ever like women again. Where do we start? These two men right here did you all up, and this asswipe wants to throw in his 2 cents. These fuckers live to do everyone up. That doesn't know who's doing who up. What does it mean? And to define that. Stipulation right there. To do up. Try to act as if somebody missing the point. What do you think you're looking at, ladies and gentlemen? My opening arguments, my stipulations, any 1,000 different which ways, A to Z, and the far and few and in-betweens. Reservations. You're going to need an attorney too, I see. Oh, yes, you are. Oh, that's Stephen. I want to show you that. That was Stephen. Table of law. No murdering. That means you all need an attorney. Now, Stephen, look at even happy all this catastrophe. Look at that. Wow. And you know about all this heavy, big, hitting big city stuff. I went back down to 11 years ago. 12 years ago. 13, maybe 12. He was still a little bit innocent on this. So, as you mentioned, Judge David O. Carter. Yes, Ricky burning him. He got a new job, Westminster, trying to do me up, trying to lie about the whole deal, murdering judges, only to find out that so inconceivably despicably, detestably seen what else they do and did to others, and in fact, you do, if you want to go there, take his word for it to some degree. A little, oh, they got some of that. To stupefy, but don't stupefy too much. Only to find out that Carter and others, after we brought them back, and it hardly seemed like, it hardly seemed like they fell, but they did see it, according to the testimony. You mean to tell me, hold it right there, and stipulating today's date, please. Sunday or Saturday, January 6th. Excuse me, please, sir. Your Honor, sir. Honorable, most honorable, sir. Reprehensible not. That subversion is a very terrible thing. Frontlines warfare. In my own regard. Frontlines warfare. And beyond. And cockroach larvae. Areas of incubate and disseminate their rear ends as they hang in upright like cadavers. No. Word for word. Like cadavers. Getting pumped in the cockroach larvae in their rear end. No. You let that go on, or that statement. Where are we with that? That somebody need an expert psychiatrist too. A real one. Let's stop right there and evaluate better. So, by every and any way and means, not a threat on my end, that you haven't even heard enough, or do I want to know what I already know I did or didn't do? So basically, I disagree. Present. He's good, huh? I disagree. I tell you what I do with you. I disagree. To make the statement, are they over here to do you up again? Written all over your face, big guy? And by every no means, no, I give you $2,500 if you take a swing at me. No. $3,500. No. $3,500? No, I don't think that's gonna be a good idea. And you're kind of low on cash, too. Yes, I am. Come on, Steve. Just take, pop me in. I can take it. No. You're not gonna try to insinuate, Steve. I don't want to tell anybody. I got slick at this a little bit, real slick. Yeah, when I live in New York City, don't tell the government. They got real bad people. You get start running real quick. Real bad perverts do real bad things. So, I know we've had this conversation before, very many of you, and to think the resurrection times and days we spent and preparations to receive those that have departed, to concentrate on that. Stop right there, please. Not a read. You mean to tell me you're trying to insinuate resurrection, the departed, to make preparations, have SSI available so they didn't come out and look and see what. If you hold on, FBI director, I'll be sure to pound each other's position. I don't got a frying pan with you, but But I wanted to stop on one subject and another and interject on it. But let's hear what you got to say. I am under arrest is not what I want to say. And here that you're a guilty party, too. I guess, let me cut to the chase. Before I get Big John, I got to get John Warner up here. Give him a security clearance. That team got real good. I couldn't believe it. And I needed somebody to get good, too. Hold on. Where's this? Hold on, sir. Please. Okay. Here we are. Now, before you go running amok about you don't know what this is all about, each and every pretend to be a lawyer, if you want to bypass the unpleasantries and overlook personal pointing cruel fingers and try to come to some type of agreement, are we trying to, everybody's guilty, let's incriminate everybody? Is that what we're trying to get at? Or is this, and I tell you what I do, scene, if anything remotely close with some of this might be true, how about pay the man, pay the men? My little bit, nice little staff, I can bring them, and you take the high road, I take the low road. And although Dallas or like Roman might be not too far, pretty far, you guys collectively get the, and put it back together, get back on track. So pay the man, do the work, do a good job. Stop right there. That's stipulation. Notary, please. Ding, ding, ding. Attorney services. Ding, ding, ding. Or do we need to go further? At surprises, not surprises. I know we checked and double checked that we do set up courts. What do you mean? We set up courts too. Higher, supernal, omnipotent courts. And to be nice, checks and balances. Complaint about every living thing in creation being dundered by double-sided to live their lives magician-like people. Again. So it wants to talk over me, make death threat tries. Your Honors, ladies and gentlemen, high courts of court, sir. And it doesn't like the idea that an image is intercepting nuclear tries, so many, so outrageously insanium in the cranium to think something of the such, even from Steve's point. You know how much trouble I mean. It looks pretty fine out here. Are you sure? So you think you're one of the better psychiatrists, better than any of these guys could ever imagine? Because in stipulation, saying and seeing an image that is watching you make tries to do foul play. Eric Holder's life brought back again as this evening's address advisement testimony unfolded. And then she calls me. No. It's a testimony unfolded. And how are we going to lie to your ass, Steve? And let these buggers around where you live try to do all the rest of the others up and in. At my energy, and our energy isn't supposed to be going wayside at give a fuck, don't you? Or is that a false statement? Or rather die killing everybody's ass lying about it. trying to kill Steve's ass. Never do I want to be saved, protected from the dead. Where you just came back from too. Hunt a share. Who's on his share now? So if it's the last thing you'd ever want to do, or admit it as well, are you sure? Well, stipulating, Your Honor, I can get in a lot of trouble with these mutually assured statements being brought forward at a telepathic-like conveyance, open forum capability, 24/7, 365, 26 years. I disagree. I disagree again. When you murder too much, I disagree. In the millions and the billions a day, Sandra Hutchins alone. What did I just say? Word for word. And I'll stipulate real nicely, real slow. Keep your hands up where I can see them too, please. I don't have no guns here. I don't do that kind of thing. And being mad and upset at the omnipotent creator, at why are you distracted and walking and turning another way ahead, as if to psych and shit. No such thing as an omnipotent creator that can intercept conversations unbecoming and making tries and disruptively so, and objectively not allowed. If I value my life, coincidentally, I'm going to value your life too. So by confusing the issue at everybody murders seems to be the deal here. Everybody. Everybody. Oh, you're kidding. Come on, that can't be true. If I were to tell you, which I am going to tell you, that if you ever found out, Steve, if Steve ever found out, we all know all about Steve from the get-go, don't we? It's funny, friendly. Stop right there. Now, if I ever saw or heard a cause of action, reason to have you thrown away forevermore, to come forward and tell a lie, or insinuate even remotely close to a thing to anything to do with so terrible a crime, either to say or insinuate something of the such as all that or somewhat that, to say everybody murders, double-sided to live their lives like magician-type people. They may look like a violent and then they keep getting away and all that. It may look pretty good to me. But behind the pictures of malice, and could never portraits of freedom and more be shared, stipulated, hallowed, hoped for, clouding my vision really bad. I'm victimized. Things were going good for me. My music and good then. Then as bad as it was, this thing came along. Hopefully it was supposed to be a security. I don't want to look at what that thing might be. In tapping a possible security perspective, the thing went away when he took everything south and started murdering and butt-fucking killing, raping everything he could. If you say it nicely, he did it in the rear end, and rectal inseminate, but shitty. He's in the shit real bad. Smelly ass shit. Fucks everything in the ass and kills it. Like that creature you the fuck saw over there he didn't want to see again when he was younger. Now it's so big of a Leviathan fuckwad enemy. Got so many people. You would say, yeah, at first you think that oh, well, Not necessarily you personally. Let's go hypothetically a tiny bit. I'm going to do that just for a second. Found out them and whoever, however, is ill-commandeering this program is 1,000,000 and 1,000,000,000 times worse the fuck than anybody else. Clean that nice lobe on his side. Fuck, you never talk to me like that. Put you in all that, though. I would deserve it so bad. 1,000,000 times a day. Sandra Hutchins will give you money, run for your money, though. So by slurping up Hutchins, by using a all-in-one type deal approach at tactical, tactical, because Sandra Hutchins alone, millions and billions a day, or saucer abuse crew. At a time we asked you to put the brakes on it, put the brakes on that kind of stuff. I don't know if you want to do something. Just watching us, you guys get caught, you must get in trouble. You ain't never been a thief a little tiny bit, have you? Oh, then you know you haven't. No, I didn't really do that kind of. Yeah. So, by being a obnoxious thief, I want to caper a couple of fine discounts and okay, I'm sorry, okay. To know how to put it in reverse, as opposed to lie straight-faced, bold-faced forwardly, and let's fight about it. Might sound like it's easy to do for you, Steve, but when Rick Arroyo, your stepbrother, by the way, was young, and the pre-planning of doing every living thing off in creation came to be and came to play by supposedly your father, Charles Schofer, indignation and need. Yep. They used you as a decoy and a bait trap to what saw Rick Arroyo start hosing and plugging everybody's behind and invisible capers as well as BETO did. Just what whoosh! Even your favorite presidents were Charles Schofer's assumed identities. Remember we talked about it? Oh, I wouldn't want to remind you about that. Is that talking too fast or too much? Stop right there, please. You keep them up where I can see them, please. I'm the victim here. And that's not all. Pay the man, do the work, do a good job. Was not fended for, or my phone would have surely rang. And if 15 minutes has got time to give you a second chance at it, a second opportunity, that's all you got to know all about it. What else you got? I want to tell you. And if I told you, I don't want to say it. I want to tell you if to object and not object, to have a material fact understood, but at the same time, not to be too connowing of certainties and uncertainties at what I know I can do to you, or what I know you can do to, or something or someone would want to not have unto self as others kind of regard. So if 714-486-6430, if 714-486-6430 is not enough to remove the doubts and to bring forward a thing to do with polite ways and means of not only giving an indication to the courts, the higher courts, the supernal courts, the victims abused and done in, emulsified, of the safety needs, wants, desires, a court might be understood to want to stand for and protect and serve the justices of the victims abused and done for. And if you need a better description here and a better accounting discussion and be a little bit more graphically thorough about this. Think you could run away, you made a decision, and like I see you just, oh, we decided. And I told you everybody seems to be a murderer real bad. Seems. Didn't want some elbow room, did you? Huh? Seems? Seems wants everybody to be everybody or none. Seems doesn't like Seems because all or none is what Seems wants. I disagree too. And I'm watching you too. Hey, was that you in there talking like that? What am I going to tell my people? Security clearance so terribly the highest, the biggest. Everybody's doomed, including me. So open up my mouth and take whatever comes, bluey, or dick in the ass like people that this ass wipe does. It takes their souls too. No, I object. I'm not going to do that. I'll be an a-hole a little bit if I have to. Mind you, I said I'm going to be an asshole as much as I can get away with to my computer, to my hard drive, to my tape mechanism, if anything, to this thing, this hard drive magnetic field. I'll be an asshole to it. And so saying a recording artist, huh? Yeah, I have to use subversive language. And if I don't like your ass or their ass for other reasons, to give ideas for the interests of the group as a whole, where I'm getting back at to, you done it too, you all did it. And tell the lie here and try to walk away and did a fast deal this far along in the act. And we'll see if they're here to murder my ass or take me in and laugh in my face. You want to bet your ass? Now, Steve, don't talk like that, please. You sound like, you know what I mean? And you don't want to be like that kind of people. You're right. I don't want to say to bet, please. Why you bet other people's lives so you could do it to me and lie in my face about what I just said and not know how to be avant-garde about all the people. You're not a good thief, are you? You ever stole a cookie? Never stole a cookie, huh? Just finding out about this business, right? And I said 24/7, 365 everyday affair, 26 years. So in an effort to pull a fast one with Mr. Obama and say he's the one that's the God, the creators, and joke around like a fuckwad and try to kick me out of my place and not pay the money you owe me, like I say, to kill your ass for it. Stipulate that, please, Steve. And not only that, that comes with the territory in this business. You have to at least say that murderers making tries that don't pay the impunity or however you want to look at it, you owe your lives because individuals like you getting away trying to take my microphone and that don't know the difference or care to discuss or share the difference between authorized, unauthorized, when a God complains he's in trouble. And you're sitting there laughing at my fucking ass trying to make it even worse instead of better. You there, person to person, including the management here, togetherly. Lie you're not. How fast are you going to be over here like shit on stink then? Got any doubts? Oh, I did know all the fuck about it all the while. Written all over my fucking face. Laughing at my ass. Pin the tail on the honky is all you got to talk about. I seen your ass coming too. To help them. So, you need to turn yourselves in right there at that court, like I say to do, and do your time, and then take your own lives as many times as you did take lives after we asked you not to do so, is my order and orders. That didn't want to pay $30,000 a quarter? You do the work. Pass the baton, even. If pay the man. Missing the point, thinking you can run and make a try and think some fucking little lightweight fucko court has something to say about it, right? That I ain't even fucking the fuck done at who the fuck came alive and comes alive when I look at them or bring the subject up, all that. You ever found out, Steve, that you bring life and they'd want to kill your ass so bad? Me? Yes. If you ever found out. And they all knew it. Trying to beguile you and me and us and everything out in space. Like trying and doing it. You're not free to go, though. Return to your court where these pictures are taken. If it's like I say to do, or turn yourself in. I say to kill your asses, every one of you, every and any which way, to fit the profile then. Why would that be fair? Stay right there and don't leave. Stay at court. Mama too. Or you're going to be in these flying saucers, and I'm going to make sure when you come, and if you get addressed, advised again, that you're going to deal and get the most excruciating you dealt out and deal out, and try to do to me too, person to person. I do take it personally. Excruciating. Yes, excruciating. So by having, I ain't done yet. Wait a minute, please. I want to duke it out with you in a little bit, please. I'm a busy person. By having a killer's passion and a lie to psych and cite our ass that you don't have a right to be living, according to me, if you're trying to murder my ass and lie about it, and not even want me to cover your ass because you can't cover your own ass. Too confusing for you, right? Scalia and Souter got, and they got Ricky Roy attacked them in the Hispanic areas of mitochondria-infused DNA advantage. One subject of national security, so terrible, so serious. The fuck? Look at your ass. It's the only butt plug needed, Kaylin. Want to talk some shit about it? And that ain't the way I want to hear it either. I want to hear it like this. Right from right now, too, basically. Oh, that! Oh, do a good job. Congratulations. But that isn't the way Kaylin wants to have it. She kicked my ass, too, by the way. I'm not going to say it, but I wouldn't really. I pick up on it. I did go that way. Steve. So, by subpoenaing, I disagree. Murdered too much, and you look like you got a big rectal duct problem too by taking it in the ass and giving it in the ass too much, and it shows. So, are they here yet to do me up? It's written all over your fucking face still, huh? I see you did, though. And said something else. And have your own version of ESP as well. And if you aren't and are his captive right there, don't want to talk about it. When he went around and about and raped everybody, pulled a fucking fast one on our ass. You think this is fucking funny business to throw your 2 cents in and lie like a motherfucker you don't know what I'm talking about. Like you there, asswipe, can kick your ass real quick and real fast and real totally. That I'm not going to disagree. Whole different question. Are they here to do you up yet, huh? Telecare for you. Don't want the information divulged to John Warner, in fact. If I think I know how to sell them and sell the deal the right way and do the deal instead of loathe and fuck you, make it worse and kill and do up and make no possibility to bring forth the people on the East Coast like these motherfuckers are doing here in my building. Way too close for comfort, sir. Way too close to say motherfucker in your case, cocksucker, all the way. Hate your ass real bad. Steve, is that you? It's not a funny thing to be victimizing, Steve, because you know something about it, huh? You fit the criteria. You are, in fact, guilty, like I say. You're not supposed to show anything less than a little bit of reproach. And no such thing as a real, did they do you up? Looking for them to do me up is your answer, right, Sotomayor? And fully diagnosed like this bald-ass motherfucking nuke problem from fucking nuke places I don't like, thinking that's the way to talk about it. And I would be. And that monster. Oh, that way more. I'll get to that. I'll get to that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. But yours personally, Sotomayor, you're guilty. And how many you killed. And think that since I know I owe eye for an eye to the max, at murder to your face, and fuck around like a big fuck around, and I know I got eye for an eye coming easily, and act as if walk out and about, a free individual, even to keep walking. Whoa, it's for refurbishment of the whole fucking place. You saw a debris field. A nuclear debris catastrophe field. Fucker. If that's really true, is that something to lie about? And nuke me again? And again? And again? And again? And again? And again? And again? A day? To say Matt is a motherfucker, by the way. If that was true, it is true. You're not going to think I'm going to ask you if I should be once to be mad as a motherfucker. If that there's a motherfucker that did. Oh, you too, asshole. Needs to be a dead man. Her too. So happy to help, aren't we? That's the fucker that took our tap and went whoosh with it, laughing so sure you're going to fuck Steve over. Written all over your fucking faces. And they are really, really bad, senators and of the old guard. Please be real careful. And do not approach them too much. Another area of a way to deal with it, her especially, and him especially, Vallejo and the founder, Telecare, and not knowing when to put a footer at the diagnosis was the problem. That thing right there, yeah, they need to take out. I'll tell you who to take out. So, is he picked up yet and done for? You think you're so safe in numbers. And I know you do, don't you? And I know I catch your ass, don't you? And I know you're up and going and flying saucer and now captive, not telling the rest, and they don't know what happened. Hibernation are not the same. Getting their rear ends incubated by cockroach larvae, cadaver style, and that's not the monster hiatus of sex objectives so terrible, so much to talk about, so much to stipulate, never to do, but you did do those. You did take that ride. You did fuck your mama and kill her and butt fuck her and kill her and do all kinds of shit. Leviathan people. Wendy S. Lindley personally, person to person, did that to your mama. To do magic trick, sorcery, fuck around programs to make the most unopportune statements from all of a sudden appearances of unopportune time, like you asswipe enemy, trying to make a try over here. That even police one up and would tell like, I got some shit for you. Even this asswipe doesn't know about. Unopportune fucking your mama too did the same thing, and him and them, and killing him 1,000 different times a minute, an hour sometimes. To be a fucking fuck of fucks to me about it all. Telecare at your service, laughing their ass off. So you're upset. And you're victimized. Yes, I am. So you have got to be from one extreme to another. Let me get this straight. A victim, a mourner, a prosecutor, a psychiatrist, a lawyer, and this fuckhead over here is the suckingest of fuck-forwards you ever saw together, these two. And I'm really sorry to say, and I even kind of lobbied for him. Very sorry to say, and not for sorry to say in the text of I and the bad guy. And if, what was her name? I keep if she, whatever gets her, you don't want to make sure you have this handled for her, those kind of people. Oh, okay, all right, great. But that ain't nothing to do with close with what wants something up my ass instead. Popping it, if it was a world, no more world. Catch your ass in the act all the time. Ricky trying to pop my asshole. Invisible keepers. A safety screen would have not have protected my ass. And to think you got something to say and talk over my fucking thing and tag it like a fucking gang person while BETO and others are letting their spoo go, that Mr. Trump is so big a fucking fucker out in space way back when, a real big fucker that you didn't never plan for either, Steve, and others, Ricky either. And when he goes spoo and it does Milky Way's loads, everybody gets regressed to jack shit varmint bold. No joke. I don't know, it goes through your skin. What the fuck? You're done for. A very, very bad situation had arisen with Don Trump's ass and nuclear arsenals in his loins like too many got. And this motherfucker got them all from him. And is holding them. And it's a psycho bake of psycho bakes to boot. It went about and about. Polite, but invisible realm, invisible capabilities, and Steve, a little twiggling kind of bait and decoy, kind of really easy. The kind let's fight about it, lie to your ass. You're in on it too. You think you got something to say, and you need your fucking scalp bludgeoned to so red eye for an eye can't even enough describe. By authority vested in fuck you, let's talk about it over here. But it's got, we're never talking about cussing. Stop right there again. to doubt and play on my character, assault my character, assault, and laugh in my face at do these things Joe Perez over there. One at a time, please, one at a time. Go and put again, and I'm going to say, look, get some popcorn and something, one at a time. So by recidivist barrages of whoever, however, can be a fuck over, you're all like that. In the governing area of mental health stipulated pick-over employment and police the same, lying, and look at this, yeah, you are lying, laughing, fuck over, and them, you took over their souls. And some don't even realize it all the way until they commit to a certain area and degree of a decision to be made on the better and best for the whole, and it's never the right decision when you're there, making it everything to do with dick in your mouth, dick in your ass. These two especially, and her that, they're captive way a fuck over. So I disagree needs to be taken out because I disagree doesn't want this understood. And I disagree doesn't want to be treated. And I disagree doesn't do everything or anything to do with reproach, recourse. But I want to walk into this, the worst there can ever be, even more so, a sidesmanship. Instead of stop right there, I tell you what, if there is going on, a tiny bit. So by thinking if that is a tiny, that's something to get a tiny bit, is more something to be concentrating on, instead of where your fucking focal direction point was and is, Sotomayor again. I know the difference between shit and bullshit. No, Steve, please, I don't like you wearing your cuss, please. All right, but this is subversive language, not really cussing in this court, and I don't like it either, sir. Compression, sir. Something you know nothing about. Sophisticated warfare, electronic, nuclear type, radio assagement work. Ain't shit to you, is it? When it was brought forward to me, oh, I guess I do. Oh, yeah, I guess it is. It is. So by doing a $20 million a minute or an hour film program here at your service, how much is your life worth, all of you? Or none? So I can hear the bus to Corcoran out there. You're trying to pull it off and saying pull it off is a bunch of hogwash. And it's bad enough. But that is your psychic side, and I want you a dead person for it, because that's terrorism and lying. However, will join you too, one by one or as they came or come. You want to put something through that hole and say fuck you to me still, right? And you do and did. So by being 20 million cubits bigger, and to psych or to share, what is linear? Are they there to kill your ass and pick you up? Is all you got? What guilty parties? Even these little pipsqueaks murdered. Mad at my ass. So all to do and everything and anything to do with I disagree is on the loose. It needs to be eradicated and done. And to defrock them of their energies, didn't have time to talk about it that much. Too busy trying to murder my ass like Ramiro Gonzalez's ploys and plays. lies about 7 years, 8 years in custody because of people like him or individual mitochondria infused. You think a cockroach or a varmint turn into a magician real terrible to do it the wrong way. Do it the wrong way as many times, got other ideas, and don't like houses and homes and electricity and modern conveniences, and because mitochondria and cockroaches and flying aperture and disguise also got other ideas, and their areas of somebody's looking for them too. At very minute. Think it's a kid around little joke. Fuckwad, huh? No, I don't like that either. And you're probably thinking, all right, Gammy, you're a menace. So I disagree. Yeah, I kind of made some bad on a little bit, trying to keep on when you first kind of, you never read between us. I did so, but I didn't do subliminal though. So, if I told you others trying to ill-commandeering, and now they're in a flight thing, aperture, conveyance, module, and not know whether they're coming or going. Steve wanted to wrap it up this time. Make sure we got this, and so I don't have to do it again, and the pass the baton syndrome instead of a quitter right there, and a liar, and a failure in a negligible area of didn't want to read between the lines. Pay the man, do the work, do a good job, the point. But fuck you. Wants to say differently. An apartment management trying to burn me, murder me, everyday affair now with fuckwads on the inside that we asked and debriefed not to deal with them because they're the pre-planners some degree, and George Bush's asses drank too much or whatever the fuck excuse is. I ain't that much of a groupie ass. That Charles Schofer, Steve's father of all people, assumed their asses, their lives, identities. You're shitting. If I ever found out, and some of you, a lot of you knew all the fuck something about this too. From the get-go too. That if Steve ever found out. Funny, isn't she? So, I disagree. Doesn't like to do the deal. That's a great deal. Happy to turn that down. Do the work. Pay the man. You're not asking for a lot of money to even stamp him, like Loman, hire him. You're stabbing. You don't want to. Steve. The censor is the problem. Too much censor, and it's parked at Steve's place. Don't I got it all straight now? I got it closed, open, closed, straight. It's ugly. Yes, it's very ugly. Yes, rats get in the way, cockroaches infused. There are many things in life everybody or anybody does not need. That I will agree on. Lots of things in life I don't need either. But I need 2 or 3, and if 2 people for sure taken out, and this is where we were at last night, and I could use your expertise, believe it or not, at the laws that we need to make sure we have statutes on, and how it's written real nicely on they who believe to die for a little bit or fall down and they'll come up until a picture comes up and somebody's all of a sudden they're back from the dead, nuking us half to death again and again and again. Is that a reason to raise one's voice in that behemoth type of manner, sir? Or other things on somebody's mind is being done in, and I don't allow that. I say use corporal remands, and you better listen to me good, please, because I ain't going to be a madman about this. If I can't get away with it, or get away with a recording, to the recording mechanism it wants to get mad at. Ain't got to be around it, have a recording mechanism anyway at the rate it's going. Are we bipolar or lost it? Yeah, right here. People fall, don't come up, or pass away, or died, only to hear their voices or somebody mention their name. Is he in custody yet? You think that's more important to think about? Or did you go from here to here without mentioning yours should be to make sure your parents, assimilation of parents, have a nice, warm, receiving arrival plan and SSI options? Stop right there. That would be. You wouldn't think that you care about your parents or you don't want to. That's where your mind's supposed to be at, please. And I would be a nincompoop to not think you would do a way better job than Steve's butt at that one. Believe it or not. I'll be honest with you, if you think that there's something I can do or I can get away with, not get away with. But him, Ricky, have got to be terminated. And this is not a job for individuals with very, very, very light and tender-footed thought sets of love and life and beyond. And so sharing a lot of most of no corroborating statements. 714-486-6430, Steve, 92655 at gmail.com to know, or corroborating statements here, at emails and that sort of thing. The difference of being part emulsified by this person is slurped down, where at that time it was shared that he killed the presidents that way, and very many others to say killed them. You said that, Steve. And the February 21st melee of nuclear attacks that came to be that time, was the information that they've scribbed Stephen V. Schofer and ANTZEE scribbed, ANTZEE Dancy, and William P. Williamson scribbed, and a real good look, not any old look, at invoiced, documented. I hate to write. I don't write very good. I never did good in writing. Never did I say. No, I'm not. I'm talking to you like that. I'll write for you. To see Steve on the word processor. Typing's fun, yeah. Steve? You got this? No. I don't think everybody's business. You don't talk about everybody's business up in the air, sir. And here we were in 1993, 94, illiterate, computer. No, I'm too old. I'm not going to do it. I don't know. The good side, remember, just keep your thoughts that is, you're not thinking about your parents. Do a little, even if that's a little maneuver or not, to bypass way many. Ricky Roy is a big takeover. You're watching a very scary thing, a very scary that he's pick and rolling his captive. A very big Leviathan. I catch him right in the act for your viewing. It's never a amusement. And believe it or not, those are kind of my guys. And so, if I were to tell you, even my own guy, even Charlie, my friend, I could never even tell him any of this kind of business. You know, just can't. And he would be very vulnerable to come from the behind lines and try to do me up that way, as my own guys would be. This is not no easy. Love could be a very, very difficult word. It wasn't always easy street. I was at Jackson Isle, easy street. No. It may look as if it's easy street. But make sure you know what you're doing and saying when you don't want none. I'm going to give you don't want none as an excuse. You have to be more, you have to, first of all, not be a murder motherfucker to the max yourself with an asshole attitude, straightforwardly say, dick him around, dick Steve's ass. Long and short of it, any which way, 1,000 or more stipulations and reservations you're going to want to need or not need to protect yourselves at all times. Protect, and God save the kings and queens and those that have come before, the cemeteries of life. Fuck the cemeteries of life. By authority, the fuck vested in me. Would that be a counter type of argument? Would you want to say it in a way that when you beat you really bad, you're really ignorant a little bit too much, that kind of voice, dude, and thrash you really, really terribly, sir. By that area, I'm sorry to tell you, it's not a symptom. Is that being too nice? So you think you could pull a fast one this way and act like the county's got something to talk about, huh? And I ain't done with y'all ass yet either. After I get done whipping your ass so bad, so obviously, so compelling, like the Supreme Court, money friendly. I beat their butts so, and I beat them up so bad, and everybody knows anybody could take a twig, like Steve, a twig. Yeah, because I made these people too. A lot of us internally did too, between the two of us. And Ricky was pre-planned to do everyone off. No. Is that a stipulation need? Or is that keep it away from me because he did? And I know even more evil that I do and did in the act of killing my man too by being a little sucky about this. A sucky? Yeah. No, a sucky. Come on, not your friend the Supreme Court judges. Wait, the Supreme Court judges, the IRS, you know that song is good. I wouldn't buy into it. It's true, I didn't think he would have the stuff to what it took, and then you'd take it. Dud, yeah. No, at least he didn't try. He could have thrashed me really bad back then, too. And you know you could have. Oh, yeah. Especially after you were going out like a behemoth there. Whoa. Yep. Just the kind of person someone would want to try out their new energy, look, I became let me try it out. I got to try it out on something. In a lot of your area, you might have just got a little lucky, Steve. You might want to try it out on something, stuff like that. So, I disagree. Does not like to be on the list or at large or walk free because I disagree. Knows the value, the face of value, reflecting their need to be isolated as well. Not enough to be eye for an eye. The remandment need for I disagree's contest or conduit or wantonness to do us away ever so quietly. You can hear and see. Him too, he's the one calling it too. Laughing too. And this asswipe too. So even if, and they do try to reel like a motherfucker. One that did a little tiny, even my ass, I forgot to fuck the murder, darn it. They try to gang up on you, but always remember this. Those that are, and you are very, I'm very, very sorry, very, very compromising for a president to be the worst, and Obama is just the worst also, and George Bush and Clinton, fuck you all the way, Stevie Pooh. Again, they're captive, his captive. Beto's ass is captive, too. And if I were to tell you straight up what I just told you, and didn't stipulate that ANTZEE has a way to get you back on track. But you already opted to do something else, I see. But you did, though. And you pick and rolled it. And you laugh in my fucking face. Because an F-bomb or N-bomb went flying somewhere. And that ain't what I said to do to the East Coast crew, by the way. Is it? No, sir. So, by any available means, let me take a look at it. What you gave me? Good enough for me. So I disagree. It's fundamental of trying to maintain a good and better point of view. I got things to do. I'm a busy man too. Good and better. Only two kinds. Now whether you're gonna be, you better act like you believe that. All right, I'll try. That's all I don't know anything else about anything else. Just good and better. Steve, come on, quit flirting. So the wheels of justice today, the challenges are, Justices, Your Honor, sir, ma'ams. First of all, let's not try to incriminate, if we could as much as possible, the administrative areas where it was shared and stipulated to pull aside the leaders, or those that might not really be inclined to take this seriously, omnipotent saucer crews or little people that are kind of very upset about a few certain things here that's going on. It's never enough to describe every living thing, the core. So when the Sandra Hutchins area of her millions and billions, a rectal insemination gratification deed rape job, quote unquote, was and is their real objective, and was there, and you would think, or one would think, that couldn't be true. A deputy sheriff having a double side to pop one little hiney hole with a levercock contraption of her flying saucer kind of wheelie thing. That's why they're also called, referred to alloy as well, density alloy. And even not even enough to not even need those things anymore. Time, not time, and time. Even Corcoran prisoners can do it without the levercock mechanisms, or be there at the same time. And boy, oh boy, the security needs of challenges of today, and to think for one iota, for any iota, for tomorrow too. You're not excuse me. No, to put round circle that, I've got things I got to do too and stuff, and good luck in life and all that kind of good stuff. To look at this as a program of work, straightforwardly. And as much as I disagree, wants to lie or not lie, culpable to the max, all or none, never want the want, and this is to Everybody's like that. Let me show you. Would I like to see? Would I like to question that wager and in fact contribute to it? Or would I want to say ground troops because I don't know the fuck how to put a little Skype thing here and shoot the breeze about it? I think you see it always goes around cussing like this. No, I don't. To make sure you are not being dramatic and crude, rigid and unyielding either, and stipulating the Israeli connotation as well. Yeah, I got to also be a Bible type of model as well. So let me get this straight. I was sworn in for Secret Service and CIA areas of very much involvement. At all of a sudden percolator telepathy going on, ranking and level. And I didn't think that they were really had this all pre-planned. Now there's some of the reports could have been that we hear the disturbances and the time and music and guitars and whatnot, and upon further reviewing investigations and memory and breathe unto the image, and how much memory allocated, how much breathing unto, how much wherewithal is giving, taken, shared, stipulated, and way so much more. So if someone were to tell me, oh, this was all, well, you don't want to put a good Lord in a position to call it a liar as much as possible, as it knows how to transverse time and go back into time warps and time travel and undo anything you just called or I just called. You weren't there. You let it happen in responsibility, not thoughts that could come up. But maybe it's not, but I unfortunately do that myself and don't think it's a good idea to do. If we can, I could even myself kind of wiggle my way out of not being so condescending. Well, how come this? But this is the kind of creature right here. When it was younger, it was BETO too, in fact, as the image just shared that. And to say so traumatic a situation that you could never ever expect any woman or gal person to outright even admit it. But at the same time, I'm not done speaking, please. At the same time, you have to offer no resistance and show some wantingness to be a medical area of like, they did to you, Steve? Yeah, they did. And so by thinking mitochondria infused examples of a varmint and a cockroach combined, when a magician area of do it the wrong way and kill and just attack a poor, very, very terrible to see, very, very overpowering, very, very not funny at all. That man got it going too and started it before BETO came into the play, the place, the picture, the scene the last year or two. Had an infiltrator that needs to be shot dead on sight, that abducts whoever, however, still trying to infiltrate. Oh, I don't want to cuss right now, because to try to assume that you're the good and better type of appreciation, that you're not trying to insinuate a madman. No. So you have to act like you know how to control sound and sounds of cut, shut, get the shut, do, like as opposed to no, other ideas. Two different sounds as to make a quick 11-minute decision. Not, I gotta play that sound. And explain this in the concept of sound, in music and a little bit down. The concept of sound. Two different kinds of sounds, and these are the worser, in my opinion, than the East Coast areas. And you are I'm very, very unfortunate perpetrator right now here as I speak. And stipulating, are we losing this point? And did you just fall off the chair? Or are we at some people's ideas of love are much too hard to believe? Circle that. Or are we at one other? There's very many subjects here in the context of security needs to protect. I disagree doesn't need any security, because I disagree is, are we here? Do we do them up yet and come in through the side and the right? And one track mind, you would, and this is the man, and these two especially laughing their ass off like worse than a Satan. And I'm sorry to say that, but I believe that you actually, even if you got some demerits, cutie pie, hey Steve, please, seriously, if you don't got demerits, these are, especially in Hispanic areas, of lesser, you can't say that, I'm going to get in trouble. Been there, did it. Circle. To say internal and to not say internal at this very, very bad decision right there. And them two, all anxious to help. Him especially, all of a sudden working for the police department. The worst one of all of them. Till BETO came along and went whoosh with it. And this one individual as well, hey, easy. Now you need to stay within the group. And you need to make sure you are strong and determined to protect the African colored interest. Like an MF word you could never ever, it was so terrible, somebody got to get in trouble so bad. And Walt Brown's around that guy, Walt Brown, whatever it did. So if anything to do with Nancy Pelosi gets any feeling of uneasy, any way, shape, or form, it's long past that no, that what do you call that point? Not a breaking point, that point of maintaining or something like that. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, all guys like gals, I guess, whatever. Move along, I have work to do. But something to do with to not make and let the gal folk type people, assimilation or not assimilation, to even turn into even more monsters than you could ever want it to be turned into, and to not even have an opening or mechanism to get them back. We have to make sure, if we could. And I got very big worries with tea, so I got to make sure I can go get some military birds. I'll be right back. And this is not an average love affair. That's all you got. What else you got? And these guys, let's see, So let's get back to your Supreme Court judges before we leave this area. Other judges over here, please. If Steve asked, shared, stipulated a little tiny bit of reason to believe or suspect this is somewhat a need for more staff, and a Loch Lomond deal over here, you take a little bit of your staff, okay, they don't want you to censor over the parked at your place all the time, Steve. All the time, all the while. Anderson headaches and all kinds of reasons. I disagree with whatever I could be a snake about over here at Telecare at your service trying to get at your door. It's so guilty. And it looks like wearing it all over your face, a clear shot by, excuse me, you don't want to hear this kind of stuff, not unladylike. So by trying to take advantage of a softer area of you two do sweet talking, real clever like, I hear Supreme Court judge, yeah. You like the way that your song, that song occurred. The Supreme Court judge, yeah. That's got to be good. Besides, if this individual was to be taken out, what's it to anybody? What's that to think about, or psychocide? Ricky, too. And you too, Don. Sorry to tell you, straightforwardly, the bad news first. This one too, eager to help. Pick and roll letterhead, got something to tell us. The Supreme Court judges are way less than that. Don, I've got a lot to learn. We all got a lot to learn. No. Yes. True, he might have looked okay describing East Orient trade and televised areas of behind my back. He clowns off with ANTZEE and takes my prayer efforts and any effort I gave to let others get to handle this and move the censor so they can work the program. But no. Nuclear fires all the way. Everybody gets killed. Left up to these two, who slurped them up, and we gave them back a little bit. But every time we do or did, where do you suppose Don Trump is right at the minute? The flagrance of the hour, too. Want to be a jive turkey and laugh in my face, too. This is not a laughing, oh, fuck you it is, because you're guilty murderers. With a constant look on your face you think is enough to satisfy something? Let me get back over here. So the mental health areas are all to do with, if I ever found out, fast ones to be pulling on us, instead of this kind of need to treat people that get hit with Leviathan monsters and turn into monster sex objects. You're not talking about it all still. I said not to do. Look at your tits. Isn't what I said to psych. And shit. And I know your antics real well, too, by the way. Damn, you didn't get good at this. I don't want to tell you. Stop that. You're disrupting. Circle. Pardon me, sir. Your Honor, certainly. So by pulling some kind of vulnerability look and mention of when I caught them doing the same thing they did to mine, I could have had them anyway, like a 50,000 foot person holding someone up in the hand. I could have had them real quick any which way too. But I just did a little, you're not a fresh guy. And politely kind of told a couple on that is not really a good idea. Don't do that, please. It was kind of nice about it. So when sometimes the going seemed to get, we were almost getting this almost together here, recent times. But all transfixed on, did they pick them up yet? Is not what I want to be all transfixed on, do I? So when I need an FBI director, not like Comey, an FBI director not like, I need an FBI director that needs to take into custody everything to do with telecare, forfeiture. You too need to go into custody too. You got about 10 or 20 custodies. An obvious need to have a good consensus of why and how to castrate a few of them. They have to be castrated, a lot of them. Visible areas of mischief still. And so I need legislation on a couple of areas drawn up. We do. That would be the hows and whys and particulars about what and who comes back from the deceased all of a sudden, only to create more and more trouble, like him and them. Nuclear fires. That do I want to see? You're not thinking I'm not telling the truth. Like, no, I smell and feel the fumes of it. And I was hoping it's just an aura around me. So statutes on corpus and habeas areas of this is very much not, you're not to say no sir to this, please. Please, if you don't mind. You're not someone to say. You're very, very all to do with you need to be taken out, but I'll tell you what you're supposed to be doing one more time instead of if Steve ever found out syndrome is all you live for still. And that's old news and old history. I beat the odds. And I'm doing so well. And so did they and they and they is how I want to look at it. But gambling, and beating the odds, and foolish clowns, and beginners, and luck, and monsters, by the way, much to do with work to do and not much to do with goofing off. When individuals got a double side to live their life, don't know who to talk to because you're all too busy trying to do Steve up while other people are monsters. And I'll show you a little bit more. And this isn't a very nice sequence of photos, and not to be forgetting that this one is a real no such thing as drug courts. They're all in on it. Finally, pay the man, do the work, do your job. No! Let's do the worst. And a time to kind of go with the instead of Steve, that is a really exceptional description. I really like that. But you're not no George Bush, and you do not eat broccoli either, huh? Steve, stipulate that again, please. All right. Never mind about that one. Detract from the record, that one. And so your Secret Service attachment, detachment, although they won't think that Steve is the bad guy here. There's no doubt about it. That's why it is your job, imperatively so, to not pull a Clancy on us. When we ask you to pull him aside, there is a little something there to be the right kind of pull aside individual, sir. Now, to be able to think, live, breathe, the thought set of East Coast doing all too well, with just a little waiver of, we saw Gray Davis do a change of what would they call recall, recall. But Don wants to make trouble. So does the Marshal Service. And to make sure we have this wrapped up so that the nice Mr. McConnell and others can walk right into $1 million at ease, looking really good, but work to do. Same way there's and that's isn't all, but for some sakes and purposes, all I need to know if that and Damien's, and he said, very, very terrible. Who do you think he went to look for to help? Damien's ass. Ever had any girlfriends, Steve? Oh, yeah, that one. Oh, you didn't want me to have girlfriends. You wanted Damien's ass to have them and Ricky's and stick it up my ass and my mouth any which way I ever have a girlfriend thanks to this ass wipe over here. And then again, we're at, wait, don't let it there, please. If we did BETO away, would it cause problems if they're emulsified on a good chart, many of them in percentage, and how the workings are of catching them and returning them back as a NERM and an ARM and NERM, especially with energy less, deflocked. Those kind of things need to be put in writing. They're a little behind, a lot behind. Those particulars of habeas corpus, and maybe not the right words to use, but deceased persons, pay the man at $30,000, you have to put $30,000 in my account. Sir, I have to be at least $2,000 ahead at all times. Please. And to act as though this conversation had never transpired. It's not what I want to see. Is just run or flee like a felon when we make you and catch you at court, as we're doing. CIA director, oh yeah, that guy is a lucid. If this were somebody was in somebody's refrigerator, beat their wife, had sex with their cousin or something, drank up, and vomited all over the place, and broke some bottles all over the place, and put some flag signs of some weirdness, and then said something else. Oh, see, I got some work for you. But this is not this. You were there too, 26 years ago. I don't want to force anybody and put words in people's mouths too much, unless you. How can you actually do that? You can. You cannot. You can do. You cannot. You can do. You cannot. But to bring forward material facts, my friends. Material facts. One, an image that seemed to be, to even call it an image. You said an apparition at first, remember? Yeah, but I wanted to make it, if that would bring me, oh. So before, an image that, it doesn't look like, I think a little contour a tiny bit. But you gotta have a lot more than that, Steve. That's what they used to say, and I believed them too. Hats off, you invisible people. Yep. Stay the course. Could have got thrashed really bad. They call you sodomic this, enzyme that. Oh, But the complaints of every living thing is worth something to somebody, and a firmament and a nuclear sponge to be disrespected and disrespectful. No, you're not going to know it. Based on the weight and measure of what would get me in trouble or thrashed, in general terms, that measure. Delicious spelt wrong got me welted. I disagree, it needs to be forfeited, and I'm going to go get FBI units. I'm going to make my own if I have to. Because whether or not, I don't want you're going to answer in the affirmative and take that hill right there, sir. No, a lot harder work. I don't know if we're going to work. You want to work it by big? No, that's good. You're going to take that hill. You're going to answer in the affirmative. Oh, there is something there, but I don't agree with Steve's butt on everything. Just to keep it down, please. But I will tell you that the censor, yeah, I agree with that. You guys do a better job putting beer at 8 out 12. I don't want to eat too much in there. But CIA, I think, if you hold your horses, I don't see if I can find them. Even give you a hard drive if you're good. Yeah, I beat him up real bad. Oh, real bad. In this midsection, Mike Tyson pregnant, maybe not that good, but they kind of beat him up. But I beat him up real bad. Friendly manner of, you know the treatment. State your business. Yeah, don't call it. So you kind of think you want to pass the baton about this, in a sense. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. You folks can, once you get it going just a tiny bit, you do a better job than Steve, way better. provided. I'm not going to argue with that. I'm not going to argue with that. In on it, want to make trouble. Do I want to see? No, I don't. I want to. I'm sure you do. So be really careful. Let's move along. Don't just stay at one person. Let's go get your other guys. So other judges, please. I didn't ask. I disagree to mouth off or make death threats, and I want you a dead man too. You wouldn't mind if you would. Let's hear what you want to say real quick, Maria Gonzalez. That we do have a little bit of an open forum aspect at this. Come back if you'd like to, sir. State your name. Your business is all that, sir. I'm under arrest. See, you murder too much, and you don't have nothing sincere and polite to share. Just a writ, phony writ, lie about it all. And who do you suppose caught you in the act? Not Steve by himself. And the failure to mention ANTZEE Dancy or Israel, omnipotent creator, the image, is intercepting you as we speak, trying to deny the whole thing. And either crawl back in your hibernation net too easy and needed your eye for an eye remands. Steve, wait a minute. Let me pull this guy aside. I don't want to tell you straight out. So Steve thinks he can kick y'all asses, but not in physical sense. And you guys have gotten so terrible, and we've had a little help there. But the point is not to incubate their rear ends with cockroach larvae. I'm very upset at that too. Not my place to be upset. Or you toting a Bible, and you say incubate your rear end like with a cadaver area of special needs. Ain't your business. You think you're going to live a long life too? And phase advancements also? You're not trying to be funny, are you? So to stay up and abreast of the arguments at Don Trump is a real big, was a real big, but come back and forth. A lot of times, usually, when a parasite does somebody up, you couldn't even tell. Hardly at all. Especially until the end of area of what you thought was the books at school and whatnot. And to major look, had told a lie instead. And the way one comes down to the ground in the cemeteries of life to be protected and served. That's where I come in. You're not Dragnet. Stipulate, please. Cemeteries of life. Be nice about it. And I disagree, could care less, maybe, and not know maybe for sure. But when an individual looks at the elders, like I did, they wheels on wheels, I work a little bit, oh, they're doing, they gotta go to heaven and something like that. They're too old, and you don't think bad things are gonna happen to those. If it bothers you, who cares? And like the ants of the kinds in the convection. No, those guys you gotta be only having time, like it's not your business to think anything bad. You don't have to tell me. Shh. You need to make sure you got that right. So you need to pull these guys aside if you want a job. 30,000 due, please. Very, very upset. Steve wants to act out as if he's very, very upset about learning how to spell annularly and incremental to the T. It's too well, too much. That, excuse me, saw me coming. And everything to do with every bank teller I'll never know about. No, I'm not going to go that way with it. I'm going to think straightforwardly. I'm not going to go to reciprocity, and this ain't no la leche deal, remember? Oh, I needed money and a family and I had to wake up people and food and all that. No, not the same cock will crow deal. Not to you to say it like some, no, it isn't. If it were that, that'd be different. But it is very much a thing against me all the way planned, pre-planned. And I do take it personally. And if all these space traveler and people, interdimensional victims, saw and heard my sign, and you all try to act like you're as nice as me, and all the while, and use my politeness, in fact, and integrity to beguile them, like you did and are still doing. Somebody near and dear also did that and does that all the while. So no matter what, you have to be pulled aside, asshole, buddy. And you got it. The Supreme Court does it. You're supposed to like that. I'm supposed to like that. Here's Kurt and the Israeli, the connections. Wait a minute. You think just one little 3.5 inquiry hours is enough to put it to rest? To say, not even remotely close to you, got another thing coming too, pal. You're the one creating all the problems and all the safety hazards, and that's the one right there doing it. I don't have time to deal with that call, like Cosmic Police. I got another call. I'm going to bust you right now. Maybe I'll bust you later if you're nice. Steve, come on. Oh, was that? Didn't you come back from the school? Yeah. And you did vote for the pro-life side. And you did, and we do side and share to stipulate at least to be a family unit and a clergy type of individual. Not this, do it in your mouth and every day, anything you can irresponsibly, and do it all up to the fullest extent of fuck over and laugh at my fucking face. And that one too. Where are you running off to, boy? Your ass too. The Hispanics area, fuck around all you can, and whoever's wife or girlfriend and you in their asshole got something up to kick my ass about, and then other people's asses about too. I want to hear and see and stipulate and share and another cuss word I never want to even continue to be using, please. So happy to hope that Steve's done in. It's not a good thing to see, and is definitely a sign of your need to be in custody, all of you together, and I say so, and you're not talking about, you are though, and so are they, and I'm not going to want to have any mercy, much more, and your type, especially BETO. And so if I ask the Supreme Court judges and their constituents not to give aid and abetment to her, or him, or them, or them, or them, to make sure we got the right pull aside syndrome going, and address advise right, and eat it, don't worry about it. Only thing you got outward, but if I got time, 1 minute, please, but I'll tell you where we do got some coming in, but not right now. I'm a busy person, but watch out for Rick. Don't be letting say watch out over there. But where are we at now? Is disruptive there? No. Yeah, that's it. Don't worry about it. Just pull them aside. Do the work. Do a good job. Pay the man. Don't leave Steve and ANTZEE up high and dry, please. And don't try to dislodge us every 2 seconds and forget all the while about these moments of either contested or agreed upon. And then there's Don, And that's all. You're really gonna just put them in a castrate. You want to go to, you gotta go to the Marshal Service, and let's go get some more footage for you to make sure this is nice and, although you don't drink Kessler, nice and smooth. And you wouldn't, let me say, you try to play on the nice Supreme Court judge. Say, no, I don't do that kind of stuff. You're a liar, Steve. See, so I say I disagree. Is that what I see? Telling a lie, too, and making a try. And tagging our art ain't what it is it? Tagging or stepping all over, overstepping their bounds. How about that one? If I ever saw one. And to stop right there for a moment, please, and to give credit my our trade secrets, and why that is a connection over here and there and that, and with that, overstep your bounds got you there, cutie pie. If I ever saw, you saw every day, not every day, but each and every time we managed not only pull the Supreme Court judges, everybody murders, and walked away a free man. You heard I said it as many times as I know you did. And to come up bodaciously and these voices bodaciously and lie and call us the interests for which I stood and stand, and ask however to pull them aside. Gunmen, Steve, I will give you $2,500. Take a swing at me. No, I'm a 60-year-old man. 60? Yes. I disagree. Want to murder some more. Do I want it? No, I don't do that. That ain't my style, sir. It wouldn't be my style to push you off in one of these and become a... No, that isn't my style, but that's what's been going on. I ain't afraid. Whatever it takes. Went that way with it. Still going that way. And all the way. If Steve ever found out, fuck him, let's kill him and fuck him over. All that in the act, too. I've seen your kind go around all the time, by the way. So, I disagree. Where it makes sure see our Bibles there. That's really a very bad cut down to not know when to put it in reverse. And you folks do the thinking for me and us and it. And I didn't ask you to take whatever you need to forget to took, and kept murdering after even we talked about this last year, year before. I told you to take something for it. Why is that a problem to you? You want something like Haldol with taint to kill my ass? For me to be taken? That is what you did and want. And it's stacked in the laboratories. And who's gonna know? Huntington Beach and Seal Beach's ass. Got other ideas with you there. And someone fitting your profile real accurately. So, ANTZEE, you ought to let me smoke them out right here and let me do some of that work. You know, just put it on. Boom! Corner, got some real work for you for once. Ding, 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 ding. But then and then we still do have that dilemma once their name gets called up and they're coming back. Oh, what are you back again for? I thought you... So to not kid around about that legislation, I have to do that myself then, And I am understaffed and overworked. And believe me, the censor parked here all the while, all the time, 26K and all that. Breaking news, it is though. You're a liar to want to see and say and psych and shit. Indifferences is why. Murder all the fuck you can. Laws don't matter. Gods don't matter. Objections don't matter. Complaints don't matter. And they who stand up to these kind of behaviors, using call me a decoy and niceness, don't sound a very upset and disgruntled victim's rights advocate as well. In fact, did they get him yet? I don't like to see and hear that on your face, please. Are you sure, Steve? Yes, I'm sure. But you got to make sure you're sure. Yes, I am very sure. Well, if you're sure that you don't like to see and hear that, that's a whole different story. Is how I want to share and stipulate on that matter of mirror, mirror on the wall. No. Working 26 years, everyday affair with the best of the best psychiatrists of all. Yes, that is my own area of PhDs. Judge of characters. I, too, am an evaluation expert. And if the doubts that you need to be a dead person, eye for an eye, because you don't believe it, unless you feel the excruciating that you dealt out and are dealing out. And not just, wee! BETO is my buddy. And not afraid either, are you? So, I disagree. I want people, I want you to be the excruciating, beat the fucking holy fucking hell tar shit you could ever imagine. You don't want to see and hear this. You would understand why, wouldn't you? Reflector field technology exacting contentions for a higher court's accord. For example, they who become victimized even the more so, is your ass to the rescue. Let's get these names up, please. So, no matter what, whoever, however, whatever excuse the fuck you're using to forget to pull the fucks aside, like I said, not to fuck to forget to do, and pay the man, motherfucker, and kill garbage like that or put it in a sling, but don't make it sex slave monsters that you give a fuck about. You need to take a better look, ma'am, don't you? That's what she's looking at. Who do you suppose is looking and wondering, what am I going to do this for? I got something I may have to do. However knows that I'm a bad fucking asshole that fucks everything I can and slurps it up. And a monster fucking teaser or pleaser, sex crime so terrible. There's your asshole police chief there to the rescue, like a bump on a log. He slurped up, BETO slurped up way back, not way back, but so fast, so efficient that Steve was without words at first. No, that can't be true. So reflector field technology and the future. The future is at your feet, your point of view. So regardless of how, any way you see it, the special O here, intact, is this. If you're guilty as charged, each and every one of you that unlawfully assembled, went clear to mention one more time, oh, they murder, everybody kind of murders, to say it nice and sweetly, kind of, for your necessary and wantonness to be able to not bring forward a all or none consensus, which you're trying to do, and continue to do and hide any which way you can, behind Damien's or whoever you could be a magic show fuck over, even most unopportune to fuck statements, to make the most unopportune times, to bring, oh, a little magic trick. And we resurrected Ray, by the way. And Ray's got an asshole attitude too, I see. The county workers too also. That the fuck they're supposed to know the fuck. Never you supposed to cuss. Yeah, that's right. And you worked at Teledyne and Boeing, and if I told you where else I worked, Bob's Big Boy, oh yes I did. McDonnell Douglas. And you weren't cussing? No, I wasn't. It would have happened to me, but you did. At North American Van Lines. Oh, hard work, yes. So by confusing issue as if to act as if a leech is something and a parasite. Who's a leech and who's a parasite here? Is that what we want to talk about? Getting in too deep, involving yourself, meddling, not meddling, authorized, unauthorized, exempt, not exempt. Oh, you gotta go. There's people that want to do you up and they're hit and they need attention and you're understaffed. It could be your own demise, everyone and anybody. And look who's talking to say shit. Right here, Skype. I'm going to check my phone if the message on my machine ever came in, because the only way you know how to cooperate or say something nice and constructive-minded and an effort, and within the bounds of an effort to be given and taken and shared in a divine-like intervention area of you are all under arrest in a way that you're not talking and telling Steve about either. Does he want to know something? A dangerous work? No. To get people back on track is what I don't really want to be. I want to deflock these people. But I need to get some prayer friends over here maybe to work and institute those kind of prayers. But when you have to deal with a one extreme to another scenario, and the serenity that this apartment took on a year or two ago is a little bit to the left and to the right when you have to prosecute, special prosecute, and condemn, or so totally in all respects and regards you could ever imagine is denounce with no mistake about it. That's so terrible. To do up millions and billions of individuals' souls, too, not just the premeditated murder, and think because you did their souls, too, like Anthony Rackakis thinks is something funny to act as an excuse, that it don't count as a murder. To do their souls up, too. At every which way you look at it, Steve is not the bad guy, pal. Please. And by psyching and staring and walking all over the others that we had talked to in an outright lie that, oh, I ain't a murderer. I want to talk some threatening stuff to you and not bypass the unpleasantries and call you the bad guy. Need some attention. So to be disrespectful of the nice higher judges over here because you want a loud, threatening, confrontational sound to be a battering ram excuse of I ain't afraid to lie and all the way bring forward any kind of consensus or every kind of consensus I don't want to see, please. I ain't afraid. My authority, virtue vested in my whatever, whoever I'm going to ugly ass call myself. Responsible, irresponsible, I don't allow, though. I object, though. I don't allow that. You can't go out and about saying, my authority vested in me, murder all the F-bomb you want. Laws don't count. Have a nice day. Stipulate, you're not going to allow that? Is that what you're... No, I'm not going to allow that. But that get away. That you get maybe you might, don't even insinuate you do that some other country. Don't even insinuate that. To walk all over these individuals you're trying to give effort, got this far. 3 years, everyday affair, stayed, seated, and vindicated. Let me try lying some more. You think that's funny? God's in trouble? You think that's funny to laugh? Make a mockery and pick and roll? Look, let's go this way with it. And nuked us to boot? You know it did. You'd be goner. There'd be no place for you here. Many different which ways you look at it defaulted. All proprieties and improprieties as well. Nice Microsoft, nice Google. So you think you're a funny guy, is it, right? That needs attention. Instead of pay the man, do the work, do a good job, want to sacrifice, want to concentrate on telling a lie about it. At your personal involvement at I didn't do it, and by that to fight about, the others could get, let's make a scene and call your ass a liar. And laugh at my face about it, too. In the place or side in the place, or instead of do the work, do a good job, pay the man. So by wanting to be confrontational, that's called. And laughing as contemptuous mockery definitions is very, very unsightly to see. And unlawful areas of not even close to an officer of the court either. Pretending you are, though. Playing Mickey Mouse jokes with Kathy Turney's seismicships, and this ass wipe at it again. And how do you want to die? Is where you're getting at. So by making a death threat to me, in fact, instead of sharing or giving a consensus of how to give back what you're took, think it's A-okay to run amok or run a phony insane asylum program all the way, all the while. Steve, you're not going to cuss now. Phony. I seeing people that see in the blind and all the fuck you, right? Play me a stupid ass. And I did say assimilate. Assimilation conducive to civil. That ain't good enough for you to fit in and make it work. Need some attention to be an asswipe. Excuse me, Steve, we got more over here, please. That's not, I didn't say for you to do that. I said to kill your ass any which way, too. I didn't have time to explain you're making tries and trying to whoever, however, to go against life and swear to God by it too. And boy, oh boy, I know a crime and an evil person when I see one, don't I? That needs to be killed, that wants some attention. That ain't afraid either. Kick your ass too, Steve, by the way. Oh, yes, you can. Oh, you know you're a double side to live your life with energies that you ain't talking about. That all the while knew the fuck who Steve was, also like a lying sack of shit. But still, you just say don't do the things that, no, I just, okay. That's the kind of okay. Whether it's 6 hours, 60 days, 66 days, 66 years to get your number better. That's how I'm saying to go about. Oh, I disagree, doesn't want to agree to shit. Because all to do with parasite problems get in the way. Think they're going to live to just do Steve up and go out and about a career that way about it. And that ain't the direction I want you to take with your thought set, please. The direction I want you to take is to be a Jesus or a very, 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 very nice individual about this situation and not a liar and a murderer and a terror and a fuck you in my face candor, which you are, though. So I'm not going to sit here and stipulate. I'm going to sit here and play tiddlywinks with you. I'm going to make sure this is understood, circled, a circle of dangerous areas of not wanting to conform in the act. And I know I catch it right. Nice CNX, CNX, KNX, ding, 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 ding. So to wrap this up in a way that we can, you're not a we, to try to bring a consensus to sell this and not fladel it, and as it stands or sits or seated, it's way too volatile and way too to stay hysterical. Say hysteria could break out very, very much, and that's not what I want to see here. Are you sure, Steve? Yes, I'm positive. I want to see it trickle, at least, to say the least. Did you vote in 1988? Oh, okay, thank you. So, on one hand, you think you got something up or something going here, some kind of, and they're going to need some changes, and anyone having to do with Steve over here is something to do with, there might be something there. Huh. Oh, so, like, naturally, be good. And, of course, be good. Is that a reason to be a try? And in one ear and out the other and act like the third world is the deal, right? No, class. Is that a second grade mentality? Oh, of course, no. But telecare employee, telecare, whoever became monsters and victimized even more. I'm very sorry to say, what to say is that we could maybe get them back on track, but not if you're all trying to do energy that way. Instead of trying to get straight out. And how many people could die if you got shellacked right there? Boom! Same with Ricky, too. Or how many people can be preserved and protected and saved? And boom! Just the same. You wouldn't want to go boom and not have wondered you didn't send me a 45 caliber with extra rounds, and I ain't even, I never done something like that. But you go tell me to boom them. You got to be able to do that yourself too, or something or someone. Gonna find out excuses or reasons or causes to get in trouble in life might be different from this people or that person or that person, or him or her, or they might be a little bit under it. And if I told you or didn't tell you either way, or if you haven't looked at these individuals, and by looking at them, all of a sudden they get hit. And very many others of bringing back even, and not talking about it. She, her motley crew, but she's got breaking a bone with that flirted a little bit with her. That's his girl. Congratulations. But somebody over here made a monster problem out of her. Yeah, that's not good. So, to try to be mindful of tender and mild. All this, and all high and low and in between the fierceness you're not, Steve, and all that, not all that to you. But at the same time, I disagree. Holy is tender and mild. Mindfulness. In the context of I know a secret, or in the context of hysteria, not to believe and not to believe, to know and have and be on a mission, and not a fast pick and roll to say everything we talked about and got your attentions that don't say we didn't, and I know it too. So Steve is 60, and he can't have a girlfriend and stuff like that right now, something like that. He thinks he's not too. He thinks he is, but he thinks he's not too old. But anytime he had a girlfriend, the stepfather and Ricky and other areas of invisible capers are with them and raping him and seducing him, or even bringing him to your consensus that didn't know and tricking you with you to do evil things before you even start even thinking about, oh, is he cute? Thenceforth, understand word love became understand word dick in the mouth, Steve. Don't say it in front of everything like that. You follow? So for you to come off in 1989, 91, 92, understand word love, wow, great. So, boy meets girl, I'm very happy and tickled. Let's say over here at this place, you watch that. Well, that could be helpful to go that way with it. Only to find out behind the pictures of malice again. Might sound like a broken record to somebody. Portraits of freedom and more can get somebody sobbing, not very happy. It appears to be a little bit pushy and bodacious for a recording, and should have knocked it real fast. Oh no, you take it while you can. You're not going to maybe ever get this kind of attitude at this. All of a sudden, like, should this be the last $1 million recording, an hour, a minute? That don't know how to make my own opinion up. Is somebody going to do something to stick it to them? Written all over your face. And at the same time, you would never, ever want anybody to get the treatment we saw. You would want them to get, oh, okay, I'm rather at Nevin. The difference between you and me here, pal. When a security tap is not supposed to mean a rectal insemination scam Bush job, had everything to do with our laws being broken. When you sodomize and kidnap and do what you do and did, and think that's a joke to do. Say something else is more important. and protecting that interest of not being taken on board, abducted, exactly that, and then sodomized so terribly, and it used to be very smaller, and now collectively it's a big Leviathan parasite. And to Sark has how to ramify this situation. Not what I want to do. I can kick your butt, Steve. I know that much. No, I'm not going to disagree there. Real bad, too. I'm not going to disagree that. No. Well, let me show you a picture of Lime, and I don't even look that good today. Watch this. And I know not the nicest, not the cutest guy sometimes, but if we got this up. Oh, here we are here. Yep. There's that. What happened to your Bible, Steve? And so if it pleased the courts and the interests for which we stood, stand, and forevermore as ever can and would want to be assured, and to say forever, and to be assured, the blessedness and blessedness of our omnipotent presence of God, who is ruler of all to do with every eternity, who is shared and creator of all things, may this reasonable and decent information, and a lot more than that, be warm and warmly embraced by they who come endowed with conscience, reason, and a wantingness of holiness and blessedness and eternalness and goodness, the commandments and ordinances that which we are and would want to be bound in protecting ourselves, protecting our interests, they who came, they who shall come again, if this is worthiness of praise. And to me, may it be thy will, O Lord, omnipotent God of our ancestors, that these efforts be fruitful and not disturbing in the least bit, even though love can be an angry word sometimes. It's been shared, and cruel to be kind as well. The tradition of goodness and mercy, and symbolically, the fruits of our wisdom, may they be counted and received on this day and for times evermore to come. Omnipotent regard for peace worthy of praise and your present accompaniments. Amen, amen. Love, 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 love. Amen, 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 amen. Love, 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 love. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor, sir. Amen, amen. And these regards for peace and the far and free aways from disdain and disaster, these supplications and these said to be testimonials and implicates and cross-examinations and assimilations of left and right arguments that could save one attorney embarrassments or attorney frictions or psychiatric needs to reevaluate one's own inventory before they come psyching or situating that. First up, is there anything to do with cartoon phenomena like a map of Africa? And to psych or share, to tell a lie about it, or to psych or share, it's one's own personal business. If it's a religious area, might be all that until push come to shove. What is push come to stipulate, shove, if we're talking about nuclear explosive endometriosis? It's not any old case-by-case basis to play Steve over here kind of lame about that, or even yourselves in your own safeties, areas of blind spots, Your Honor, sir. An honorable mention of life as we knew or wanted to know. You wouldn't want to know. I disagree. That we want to plan to be as you wouldn't want to plan to be, would you? As it was, is, and never to say a table to you in your face is a norm, not to you. So, because I can see your lie in wait scene over there with someone that isn't even a judge, parking it over there and playing game tricks and laughing in my face. And you think this is something to even kid about. And some are easy to be beguiled. Simple to just I wanted it thrown in the basket. So be careful, because this could be your last day too, as a real assimilation of even a man. Each and every lying judge, be careful what you say, because you ain't messing around now. Too many times, the East Coast down. That Steve brought you forward a lot. It didn't want him to know it. When he got killed when he was a child was the information. You're not going to believe that. To tell a lie and know that happened or didn't happen, to lie about something like that. Would want to not be a proud father figure, sort of, so to speak, or any old magician. Could you not any old magician? Words to describe photogenesis, bringing about individual ways of reproductive assimilation of people that were magic-like binary areas of, if they get sick or hit, they are hurt so bad and so terrible, and to say a communicable disease, if when they are hit, oh man, and the CDC's role. You got an answer for everything, no? It's just it's CDC's role in making and being certified and sure and certain to not abuse psychiatry areas of where the needs and the wants might really be, as opposed to if Steve ever found out. Written all over your face, telecare, forfeiture laws, FBI, ding, ding, ding. I'm going to have a little work for you in a little bit. I'm a busy man right now, but if you hold on a little bit longer, meanwhile, pay the man, please, and do the work. Do a good job. Stipulation being any who might have anything to do with murder record inventory so terrible. Let's not give ourselves away any way we do. That who would argue that if a murder record's Okay, if that's okay, be good. It's watching, so it'd be good. Oh, okay, pretty simple. Public safety resource. Doesn't have to be if it's a religious and state thing. I too would concur. But to give answers and questions of why it should be a part of the actual national alignment of our branches of government, as we are bound by a couple of let's not advertise it, please. And so by having a consensus to read between the lines, but at the same time be bound in a polite manner, but not too overly, oh yes, overly, So to not have it in every kitty corner part of every court being a full-blown scene, but at the same time to have it serve and protect and improve our legal system that we would be protected by, believe it or not, even if we straddled a little bit to the left or to the right. And if anyone to say, I forgot to murder, would never, ever think that that is a security area of a asterisk for others. No, not gonna, Steve, why, if that was the reason alone, you could get protected and others can get protected, believe it or not. Let's not go into that. Objection. Ball. Play. Okay. If they're in, Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen, baseball commissioner, you need to make sure I have $30,000 and I'm $2,000 ahead at all times, all places. You're not supposed to play ball, sir, or box or any of that stuff, commissioner, sir. And reason being, and stipulation being, that magic ball, you want it to be a real magic trick. No. You need any tornadoes or any hurricanes or anything? No. I need some. No, I don't need some. Come on, let's have a couple of good hurricanes, some real juicy ones. No, I don't think that's a good idea, you guys. Savory weather, seasonable weather, not menacing trickery and antics of those who abuse their extrasensory powers by going up too much and doing too many up. That you want to know and see how big we really are over here. And they're getting cut down to size too, by the way. Steve. Many different aspects and angles of security here, sir. To not just act as any old Joe can come over and pull a fast one and dislodge me at 60 years old and 26 years, been doing this, 27. The pass the baton syndrome. I have to be an attorney for you and them and them and them and them and you. That owes us your lives, all of you. So I disagree if there is no way you do not know how to behave yourself in a confrontational manner of wanting to fight about it, as opposed to, oh, they do that. Not a very good thief. Well, maybe a good thief, but not a very good way to retract a caught red-handed kind of dealie. That don't follow, it do follow. Other ideas, Dr. Picard going to help you. Think that's funny, huh? Waiting on something else to decide. Is that it? That is what you're doing. And maybe, right there, looking at your ESP to see, oh, they are going that way with it, huh? But you did, and you're not a normal civilization and society, I told you. Why do you want to lie to me and fight about it instead of, funny, man, I tell you what I do. That's what you have to really want to have to kind of do, I'm sorry to share, to avoid being Beto's prize possession. And to say I wasn't a nice guy enough to stipulate and get it out there. You know how I stuck my neck out? Almost, I could have got done in right there to get those photos for us. Give a hoot nanny. So life is a lot more than a flash in the pan, and a lot more than it begins and ends with a scream. In so many ways, and I ain't joking either. That's the guy. Yep. So what happened is Ricky Arroyo, yeah, he's over there, and we got better pictures of Stevie here. Nah, you don't like him. Come on, Steve. You don't like it. If he doesn't see the news, Navy. Did you get in trouble enough, Steve? No, but I'm not the Marine Corps. But slimy civilian, huh? Yeah, let's move along. But that is not funny business, because to say traumatized so terribly can't even be talked about. And we have psychiatric staff doing a blowhard over here still on this one, when you should be at its CDC work together combinatively. And I know a epidemia when I see one. No, you don't, Steve. Stipulate, please. Yes, I do. No, you don't. Yes, I do. So to say breaking news, but in a way that we can stage. Come on, you can. I'll tell you what I'll do. If we stage, unless you guys get it together, please. Service, ding, 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 ding. I want very good service. You guys get it together. Heaven is the deal, not anything else. So if I turn my back, I can't even turn my back, can I? Heaven. Oh, I don't have nuclear sponge. It doesn't matter. Do it again. Missing the point. And it looks like Dr. Picard got ideas. Missing the point again. Missing the point again. Had it for a minute, but dropped it. I'm gonna show you one too. I was gonna show you. I got some too. I'm not to hear. You're going to be a captive, and you're going to get real bad eye move emotion for ow remammers, pain type of, even to say, what do you call that? Electroshock therapy, a different kind. Not what he did. And I objected it very, very, very madly. Let me see and get those photo clips. Even if I got an ugly stick or you look better, it doesn't look. And you know what this is about? That is not funny that everybody want to do your mama. Please do not laugh. That is very, very, very intense, very, very ignorant, very, very much victimization at rape, kill. These vaginal monster things that come about it, you haven't brought it forward and stipulated as much as you're going to need to want to know not to continue doing those things. Telecare to whoever, however, wanted to be friends about this, maybe a little tiny bit. Moving on. Somebody working, do a good job. Yeah, I'm busy. How to make it not stick. And these are the individuals right here not being the right type of pull aside people. Are you saying, sharing, stipulating, or insinuating, Steve, that you need pull aside type of individuals like Mr. Clancy forgot to be? If there's a moral to where we're at with this, I need a $30,000 deposit too, please, to make ourselves look the part, feel the part, play the part. It looks like a duck. Be right back, please, sir. You're on it. Stipulating, you're on it, sir. You better get your one, because you're running out of time because you got too much on here. You got plenty of individuals that can get cross-examined and talked about, and what to do, not to do, what you did, what you didn't do. But that one decision fits all sometimes in law, case law they say, or they don't say. To say love. So you do not want to settle for anything less than affirmative, sir. And I caught you, fair and square. Beto's a liar and's going to have you and show you all that while. You'd rather do that than, I tell you what I do, be slick with it. So someone wants to share, to be slick with this on your behalves. So Rick doesn't wind up doing it on the loose again. I thought the second death, what's going on? I didn't even bring his name up. So we didn't get to our Senate panel yet, but we're going to try to go there with another video to share some ideas of Arnold Schwarzenegger might have nothing on me, and this is Dave. Come on, don't talk about your friends like that. Okay. And then, a little bit different than bodybuilding. No, how do you know that? And so, if it didn't have the Shakespearean or the grace of a Shakespearean maitre d', Sistine Chapel, that kind of, I would go, oh, well, that is, and that, yeah, but it's got this too. And that is really, if you were to be a model for sculpture, people make $1 million a year and do modeling for sculpture. Right. But it does have that connotation, or that area of really, and to try to understand the Bible as a whole, do yourself as others, Steve, as much as possible. And to say it, and actually really kind of go that way. Love. So yeah, those were really nice shots. At 60 years old too, right here, 60. Made it to 60, and decoys only last to about 32 years, they say. So Steve had to be a bit proud of himself. A computer? Nah, I can't do it. But lo and behold, is on the loose and wants to come over here and shoot me herself. You think that's funny to do? I gotta crack a bunch of dirty jokes, I guess. It's very sad to see what goes on there. To laugh at those kind of things and make insults you want to call me. All right, be right back. We got to show you, share what these police individuals do, just in case you're confused. And we don't want you to be doing those kind of things to whoever, however they can hustle a fast one and make them their sex slaves in a chamber all of a sudden. Is never to do. And no, you don't want to say a cuss word around him. Even if he looks like he's vulnerable as can be and wants to do you, and look, I know I'm going to get you, Steve. So I want to get you boomerang service too then, right? So you know wrong is the right way to be about this and laugh in my face about it. And you know, if I told you you're a murderer too, motherfucker, person to person, wise up, please. Don't be asinine about it, por favor. Would that make any difference? Or if I were to put this around here and pull a little bit and pull your fucking head out to help you a little bit and get you scared a little bit, would that be a little bit helpful, more helpful than unimaginably, inconceivably. I don't allow myself. I get in trouble. I'm not going to do that one. So, if I disagree does not know how to behave itself conducive to the life forces that are missing, done in, and I'm one to talk, you do not know how to behave yourself without trying to have an urge to murder me or tell lies about anything and everything to do with make a little bit of kind of sense, enough out of it to move the mission on, prove the mission on, and move the battle lines, son. Steve, you got good. He's probably older. You never know. So let me get this straight. You bought some of Kurt's lyrics before, and you drilled your mindset with just in case extra vocals, and lo and behold, you got some extra cliches going there. Yeah, that's kind of right. And those kind of cliches can help and to say you wind up with something to do with the hormone levels were up, you got to get them down. It's superficially anything to do with these films need to be private. Okay, private. So to be able to access private files on Google, stipulate, and refrain from coming over here and making whoever, however, could make a try and change the subject at I know I caught you, you too, doing foul play maneuverment too many times, which is trying to murder my ass. And you happen to be doing pretty good in life these days. You don't feel like dying, getting killed, and murdered out, do you? No, I don't. Like this asswipe right there got other ideas at what he did and does. Abuses flat aperture too. And I should never be labeled mental this far along. At how many $1 million a fucking hour or a minute you think this film alone is worth? Cock fucking sucking motherfucker. Die and mind your own fucking business next time. Don't play stupid that you didn't hear the fuck this total and everything to do with went down, when it went down. It's informational, never enough to describe this address, advise, and called attention to commandments, and more so than you would ever want to know because of your inventory. You don't want to know too much about this. But you don't want to stick a dick up my ass and lie all the fuck about it, put me in prison or jail or something. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, yeah, they do. Well, I'm very upset, very victimized that you continue to lie because of those reasons, that you are out murdering in space and still the fuck doing it. And I want to see dead men too, don't I? That's pretty fair to me. You're not out murdering Steve, right? No, sir. Stephen, take care of Stephen. Yeah, no, affirmative. I would go with that. But they were, and make a mockery of the legal adjudications, the legal and justice systems. Or else they wouldn't laugh in my face and forget to bend my ears. Oh, no, they didn't. You're not funny either, pal. No, you'd never make a good cop, Steve. But you could be useful in a way that I didn't think. Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you later. I gotta go. So wear a B6 sign on your forehead some other day, some other place, please, but not here. And pull aside the people you need to pull aside. Know why you got a job. Or else turn yourself in. And do us a favor, lest you find yourself captive like not ever before, too. And this is not a joking matter, this, to some who care. That right there. Not like Don didn't want to know about you. Fuck you, all of it is all you got to say. Insurer for telecare. You too, pal. And I want to fight your ass too. And kill your ass. Kill your ass too, especially. You do, Steve? Of course. Why don't you do that to me? You're a liar too. You're laughing in my face. At the present moment is the meaning of extension, is the meaning of contention, type of exacting of contentions, or confessor. See, you wouldn't want to have this for the courts and be better at this than Steve and have your employees doing this because asswipe, got other ideas, cuss too much. And so by doing a 20 times better job, your ass self, your people. Let me go get some big boys. But I have to cut this one. You run them 2 hours, an hour and a half. This is very, very much a very 50-hour invoice type of need to be debriefed. Very many aspects of safety. That too much on your plate? Yes, it is. Staff, all that. Fuck you, a guilty party, want to fight and run and flee like a fucking enemy, faggot. Needs to be killed like you, faggot ass motherfucker. Steve, is that you again? No, you're not a biker either, not Steve. Objection. No, I'm not. And they used to, you better not be a girl. Yeah, they did. And you're not a prison. No, I don't like to be prison. No. And that is not a precedent right here. That's a nuclear arsonist problem. And you are too, that want to see it go up again. And Steve is sad because ANTZEE forgot to give you the burning sensations you have and have for us, to me, to you, to get victimized and feel. See? And I say it all that right reason, though. ANTZEE, you have to make sure you're not a punching bag for nuclear fuckovers, other ideas, like this motherfucker needs to eat shit and die for. And missing the point that I know it all too well. I'm the best there is in this business, I believe. But I need to retire a little bit, get some elbow room. And I don't say dick in the mouth is everybody's answer, please. So in closing here, remarks, one of several opening remarks and statements, and how am I going to be a fuckover is all written on your face, telecare. And I disagree very strongly with that classification. And when you say secrecy clearance is above the P, and they go, oh, but then I'm mentally retarded, I don't know what I'm going to be. You have to stay consistent, not inconsistent. Stable, not unstable. Predictable, not unpredictable on one's or its interests of sidesmanship we have up here. Please note it. Note it better, please, and don't ask unless that is not to be around here, and you have them over here threatening me, and you think this is a fucking joke to do, and don't be surprised if it's your last day too, fucker, and eat shit and die trying. And I pray you go to hell too, ANTZEE, that you're off the table, not on the table, and a fuckover stance right now. And that is a bad, bad decision. And that is not a thing I like to end this video on and rest my case and rest my head, is it? No, it isn't. So for you to take your own out and take these fuckers with you, asshole, you want to be an asshole about it, is where I'm going to leave it and rest it. Any to contend to the contrary? So agreed upon is take yours out first and take these Leviathan fuckovers with you. If you're going to be asinine about it, unfortunately, cruel to be kind, unkind is not a likeness to use subversive language. Reiterating. Good night. May a good Lord be protected and served. May good words, good thoughts, good deeds, good needs for different presidential, even the vice president, that's fine, it's fine. Replacements be given, taken, and good castration objectives serve the interests of those who not like to be raped, become victimized by so terrible that this film hadn't even touched on. Keep that in mind, and more to come, more in store. Pay the man. Why is that no contest? Who is to say don't pay the man? I will need $30,000 the first quarter, won't I? And that is very, 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 very friendly. And that might even be cheating your own staff. Way, way so. That is the Treasury, Sherry, Orange County supervisors. Are we operating a D.C. area right now? Is that a question to ask? Do I have to be snipey about this? Do I have to be penniless? Do I have to be ripped off? Pay other people to never uphold life, to be a fuckover at who is upholding life here alone? And nobody else is. That no contest is not what I like to see. You don't have to prove it to me and keep it coming. So don't prove that you don't uphold life. Act like nobody here but us fuck-arounds trying to do you up here in the building. And to rest my case and our case, take your own out first. Don't make trouble here. And don't be a person of not of your word. And I'll stipulate as many times as I feel well please. Take yours out first again. Then I'll stipulate. That's if you're good. Next case. May good Lord be praised. Far and free away from disreputable, fleeing felons in the act of other ideas. Good night. Good afternoon. Good day, sir, Your Honor. The rest are on the goodie list. Be good. Classify right. Surprises come. Over and out now. Say, you too. You take yours out first, fuckwad. Pretend you never saw and heard this then, please. Right medial area of dissension to keep one's cover, please, again. Over and out again. And fuck you. We'll find someone to get you to right fight then. You're looking for a fight so bad. Next case.